Hi guys, the Middle Maniac back again, and this is another Album Wars episode. And this time, I'm pitting these two albums against each other: The Book of Souls by Iron Maiden versus Don't Meddle with Evil by Halloween. Yep, with that, let's begin. So first off is Busted versus Eternity Should Fail. I love the song Busted. Really good song, but if Eternity Should Fail has the edge because it is a little bit, I don't know, it catches me, it's a little bit more catchy considering, I don't know, it's just something about it, you know? It is a very epic song, and that ending part too, that sort of end monologue part is really, really good. So, looks like, the Book of Souls got the first point. Alright. Next up is Scared to Death versus Speed of Light. I am not a huge fan of Speed of Light. I don't really think that's a good song. Mainly because even though they're trying, like with that particular song, they're trying to go back to the more classic style of song. But even though it sounds like a classic style Iron Maiden song, it doesn't have the feel to it that the classic stuff does. But I love the song Scared to Death. Just a really great song. So Halloween gets this point. Oh, there we go. Alright. Next up, Justice for All versus The Great Unknown. Ooh, another hard choice. I'm gonna have to go with Justice for All. Mainly because the vocal difference. Considering that a lot of times on the album The Book of Souls, Bruce Dickinson, you can hear him really straining his voice on certain songs to the point where it's just like, even though it's not that big of a deal, like it's the song's still listenable. It can really take you out of the song just a bit. But yeah, it's just the vocal difference. I mean, great song, but I'm gonna have to give it to the song Justice for All. Yeah, I know. Bruce Dickinson's vocals on the Book of Souls album aren't as up to par because at that point he was dealing with throat cancer. But even then, his strain does affect certain songs on the album just a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this point to Don't Meddle with Evil. Alright, next up is Trick or Treat versus Red and the Black. Both great songs, but I'm gonna have to give it to the Red and the Black. It's just it's a tiny bit catchier than Trick or Treat, even though I love that song. But yeah. Alright. Next up. The Wicked Witch versus When the River Runs Deep. I don't like When the River Runs Deep. It's just a really forgettable song. But The Wicked Witch is a really cool song. I really like that one. Alright. Next up, the title track, Don't Meddle with Evil, versus the title track of The Book of Souls. Oh, such a hard pick! Both title tracks are absolute masterpieces. Yikes. I'm gonna have to give it to the Book of Souls. That has a slight edge because, I mean, I don't know. It's just I feel like it only wins this particular thing because the live version is just so good that like I don't think I've ever seen footage of the song "Don't Meddle with Evil" be played live. I mean, they probably did, but I haven't found any footage, so I can't really compare it. But it's just the live version. Like, even though the studio version is good of the Book of Souls, the live version is just so much better. Um, so I mean, I'm just gonna have to, I'm gonna have to give it to the Book of Souls on this one, even though I love Don't Meddle with Evil. Um, the Book of Souls has a slight edge. All right. Next up, What a Nice Place versus Death or Glory. Love both songs, really good, but Death or Glory kind of has that really in the middle of the song, kind of has that really stupid repetitive factor of the uh, um chorus, which sometimes works, but sometimes doesn't. Like, especially with like really goofy lyrics, the repetitive nature of a chorus can get really tiresome very, very, very fast. And yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to the song "What a Nice Place." Just a really great song, very spooky sounding song. Um, but yeah. All right. Next up is "Haunted" versus "Shadows of the Valley." Two really good songs. Eh, this one's hard. They're both such good songs. Eh, I guess I'm gonna have to give it to "Haunted." Slightly more catchier. Um, all right. Next up, "She's a Teaser" versus "Tears of a Clown." Okay, so "Tears of a Clown," even though what's the story being told is very well put together, the song itself feels very lackluster. But the song "She's a Teaser," it's one of the best songs from Don't Meddle with Evil. It's so good. The riff, the vocals, the drums, everything is perfect. I love it. But yeah. So, Don't Meddle with Evil gets another point. Alright. Next song. Tales from the Crypt versus The Man of Sorrows. The Man of Sorrows, very forgettable song. But Tales from the Crypt is an amazing song. Alright, last two songs. Fight the Beast versus Empire of the Clouds. Oof. Yeah, I mean, there's not really any contest here. I hate Empire of the Clouds. It's one of the worst metal songs ever. I mean, yes, given the fact that there's the Blaze Bayley era of Iron Maiden, it's definitely not the worst Iron Maiden song. But, I mean, it is still pretty bad. Um, but, yeah, I mean, that's pretty terrible. But the song, Fight the Beast, is actually a really, really good song. Alright. And Don't Meddle with Evil wins. Don't Meddle with Evil has, 7 points, and, the Book of Souls has 3 points. I mean, I love both albums, but you know, don't meddle with evil came out on top. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time. Sorry about the stutter. But yeah.